My name is Heidi, and my case is active in Bonner County, North Idaho. I'm the mother of three, a 30-year-old adult, two teens, ages 16 and almost 15. I endured 17 years in an abusive marriage, and now my children and I are facing even more abuse, this time from the family court system. I am standing here today because just 1 month ago, in her final judgment, the judge took my kids away from me, and she stripped me of all of my parental rights with no warning and no opportunity to say goodbye. She completely flipped custody, giving full custody to my abusive ex. I was also ordered into an immediate blackout period. That night, my children were coerced, then ambushed, threatened with arrest if they tried to speak with me, and forced to leave their home with their father, the man that they begged the courts to protect them from. My children have always lived with me per the court order from the beginning of this case. They were thriving in my care. They had written letters to the court describing their father's emotional and verbal abuse, his rages, his insults, his manipulation, his public humiliation, and even his intentional reckless driving that made them both fear for their safety. At ages 16 and almost 15, they were never allowed to speak to the court. They cried out for help in their letters and some journals, and their voices were completely ignored and intentionally silenced by this judge. All of this happened because I was accused of parental alienation. And this judge based her ruling almost entirely on this accusation. She also based her decision on her disagreement with my religious beliefs. Parental alienation syndrome is a concept, it's a kind of trending concept actually right now, that has been widely discredited and is not even recognized by the American Psychiatric Association, the World Health Organization, and the American Medical Association, just to name a few of our big governing agencies. Parental alienation is not a valid diagnosis, and it's not even a crime in Idaho law. Yet this judge used this as justification to destroy my family. There was a so-called expert who testified against me by way of a written report. He was hired by my ex-husband. This expert never met me or spoke with me, never met my children or spoke with them. And he relied solely on all of the information that went into his report on my ex's very twisted and distorted narrative. The judge accepted this biased report as fact, putting a lot of weight on it, while dismissing all evidence from my children. She rejected their letters, she rejected the guardian ad litem's report, and she even accused me of writing my own teenager's words.
Heidi, we're at 3 minutes.
Okay.
So if you can kind of...
This wasn't justice, it was punishment driven by a judge who was biased, that was made clear behind closed doors. I was warned by attorneys, one who claimed to be the friends of the judge, who, quote, said, "She effing hates you." Several other attorneys confirmed this hatred towards me as well, and also spoke of this judge's reputation that if you cross her or if she decides she doesn't like you, you're done. My children are now trapped in an abusive situation and threaten to undergo more of the experimental reunification programs like the ones they've already been through. Their trauma is being deepened by a system that claims to protect them, but instead has silenced them and not protected them at all. This is not just my story. This is happening all across Idaho. This, as you've heard today, this is judicial abuse. I just want to say, lastly, that because my case is open, I stand before you today and I am very fearful of this judge's retaliation against me and my kids because I'm speaking out. Please implement laws that disallow this parental alienation, that terminate the judge's ability to court order reunification therapy, and adjust our laws regarding what truly is domestic abuse.
Thank you. We have some questions. I'm going to just share with the community. We have at least 15 more people signed up to testify, and I see 4 lights on for questions. So I guess we'll do the questions, but please, I want to make sure we get to everyone. We've got to have a 4 o'clock hard stop. So go ahead, Senator Nichols.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Heidi, and remind me your last name again.
Moreland,
Moreland, thank you.
Moreland.
Okay. Can you tell me, so you were getting this information, sounds like there's a problem within the courtroom. Were you able to try to have your case moved to a different judge, or was there any process given to you to be able to do that?
I had 2 different attorneys during the course of this event, and both of them refused to help me. I've come to learn, too, that if a judge or if an attorney does try to help you get a different judge, they're committing career suicide. So they would not help me at all, and kept telling me I was stuck with this judge and there was nothing that anybody could do.
Okay,